Hey, what's going on internet? Josh Noel from SonduckFilm. I'm on camera today and we'll be looking at what you should look for when purchasing a production monitor, which is something that is very important. There's a lot of things that you really need to consider when you're about to purchase a monitor, and more specifically, we will also be reviewing the VS-5x from Aputure. So typically before I buy any piece of gear, I always ask myself, how will this piece of gear improve my quality of work? When looking at a monitor, of course it's just another display, which you kind of already have, but there's still a lot of great features, and the biggest feature that I look at in a monitor, does it have video scopes? So most monitors will probably end up having a histogram built into it, and you probably already have a histogram built into your camera. However, does it have a waveform? Does it have Vectorscope? And does it have false color? And that answer is definitely in the VS-5x. I have recently made a video on exposing your shot just using the monitor, and we were using the VS-5x in that video, so if you really want to get an idea how you can use a monitor to expose your shot and make educated decisions based on the scopes, go ahead and check that video out. Like I said, this monitor has a waveform and a Vectorscope, which is great for measuring exposure and the chromas in your shot, but the one thing I like about it is the false color ability. And what's great about it is that it gives you that nice display of what your exposure is at, and more importantly, it exposes exactly what your camera is producing. The one thing I have come by on low-cost monitors that have false color in them is that they will display the exposure of what the monitor is producing, not what your camera is producing, which is a huge problem. The one thing I really like about the VS-5x that has really bothered me about other monitors is that it has very simple menus. So there's only 3 buttons on this monitor that you have to concern yourself with. You have your first button, which is F1, which is just for your scopes, F2, which is for focus peaking, and F3, which is for your false color. And what I like about this monitor is that this is like a very friendly monitor, so if I have a camera operator, they don't have to learn the lingo of this monitor. They can just jump right into it and they can use it. The third element on my list when I'm looking for a monitor is what inputs does it have? Does it have HDMI or SDI? Does it have both? And the VS-5x has both SDI and HDI, which makes it an incredibly versatile monitor, which will allow you to use it on multiple cameras without having to get any adapters like SDI to HDMI converter. And also the VS-5x also has HDMI and SDI outputs, so that means you can continue your video signal to another monitor as well. The last few elements that we'll be looking at is more specifically for the VS-5x. But this is a review video for this monitor. What I want to take a look at is the dual batteries on the monitor. And what's really nice about it is that they're very easy to put in. I actually cannot believe they just snap in place. You don't have to put any pressure on it. So if this is already mounted to the camera, I don't have to worry about anything tipping over if I put any force on it, because I don't have to do that. And while we're here, it also has a headphone jack and a USB, as well as the ability to just use AC power. The VS-5x comes with a very well-designed sunshade, which is perfect when you're shooting outside, so you won't have any of that sun glare, and they did a really good job with this. I mean, this is really thinking ahead here for the filmmaker when you're shooting outside. Also in the box comes the ball mount, which is very sturdy, so your monitor won't be slipping off to the side or anything like that. It's actually very sturdy, unlike other ball mounts I've used in the past. And lastly, it comes with a small protection zip-up bag that you can easily fit into your camera bag. Here we are at the end of the review, and I want to give my final thoughts on the VS-5x, which is just my opinion, of course. And overall, I think for the price point and what the monitor has to offer, it's an excellent deal. So if we quickly price out monitors, you have low price monitors, medium range, and you have your top of the line monitors. I would definitely put this in a medium range pricing bracket with high-end features. Now, you don't get built-in LUTs, but there's still a lot of excellent features that you would get in a $1,000 monitor for almost half the price. So that's something I would consider. And looking at lower cost monitors, I think it could be a good director's monitor or a client monitor. However, if you're going to use it for like a production monitor on top of your camera, I would be very careful of false color, and of course you probably are not going to have the option of having SDI and HDMI, so it won't be that versatile. But if you want all the bells and whistles, the VS-5x definitely has that, and something that you should definitely take a close look at. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about choosing a monitor, go ahead and drop a comment down below. And if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, and please be sure to hit me up on my social media networks. Those links are in the description of the video, and as always, I hope you have a good day.